Oh, my name, it is nothing, my age, it means less. The country I come from is called the Midwest. I was raised to love God and always do what's right, and I was taught that when I see wrong I should stand up and fight. So like my granddad and my uncles and my dad before me, once I was 18 I signed up for the army. When I joined up I met lots of guys from different places, but I never thought to ask why we all had white faces. Well, I went off to Manila once I was in the service, and you bet I did my part, cause nah, I wasn't nervous. Then came Pearl Harbor, the real game changer. The very next day was when we saw some real danger. By Christmas we were overrun and in retreat. 3 months after that we admitted defeat. Then we marched 60 miles through death and through dust. I gotta say the Filipinos had it even worse than us.
Cause this was that country that was nowhere to hide. And God's honest truth, way more of them died. Forgot I was a man, I was treated so unkind. I swear there were days I thought I'd lose my mind. This was that country that was nowhere to hide. And God's honest truth, way more of them died. Forgot I was a man, I was treated so unkind. I swear there were days I thought I'd lose my mind.
I said to the people of the Philippines whence I came, I shall return.
Those who survived got locked up in Cabanatuan, and we learned about real fear after Palawan, cause we knew we were using up numbered days. You know it's true that every man in a foxhole prays. At first we all complained and refused the food, some stuff called Lugao that seemed really crude to us, cause we were brought up on burgers and beef stew. But beggars can't be choosers, so we learned to make do, and we saw way worse than that real soon. Torture and disease took thousands of us by June, and if one tried to escape, they'd execute 9 who would dig their own graves. First, when would I be digging mine? Couldn't understand how men could treat each other this way. All's fair in love and war, lots of people say, but I knew this defied the Geneva Conventions. There are rules about the treatment of soldiers in detention.
Sitting there worrying about what's going to happen the next minute, the next year, the next whatever. I'm gonna set me a plan.
Cause this was that country that was nowhere to hide. And God's honest truth, way more of them died. Forgot I was a man, I was treated so unkind. I swear there were days I thought I'd lose my mind. This was that country that was nowhere to hide. And God's honest truth, way more of them died. Forgot I was a man, I was treated so unkind. I swear there were days I thought I'd lose my mind.
Well, funny things happen to a man who's not free. You start to see things really differently. I began to think about all the people back home who never got a chance to know what I've known. Separate bathrooms and fountains, even separate schools. Talk about not being protected by the rules. By then I knew that black soldiers were separated from whites, so were Asians, even the army segregated. And I thought of every time I saw someone attacked for being different from me. And I swear it's a fact that I got sick to my stomach, cause I understood that it just don't make no sense, and it just ain't no good to judge a book by its cover, cause a person's more than that. We all deserve respect, and that's where it's at. Every face reflects God, not just white people's. Anyone who says different is just straight up evil.
This note was a promise that all men would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Cause this was that country that was nowhere to hide. And God's honest truth, way more of them died. I made myself a promise that if I survive, I'd fight for equality in others' lives. Cause this was that country that was nowhere to hide. And God's honest truth, way more of them died. I made myself a promise that if I survive, I'd fight for equality in others' lives.